This is weird, right? This is strange. So this is the, who is he? Is he a basketball player? No, he's an NFL player, right? Pat Beverley, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's, no, it's about his basketball. Do you remember this? Do you remember what happened with Pat Beverley? Was it New Year's Eve or whenever? When was this? November of last year. Do you remember this TMZ story about Patrick Beverley allegedly beating up his sister? He's got a sister, right? And allegedly they got into some sort of family fight, and he beat her up, and she called the police. Well, he put out a video trying to explain his side of the story. It's just a weird thing to do when you got an open case. But let me read the original story. This is from 2025 November, right? November 2025. It says the following here, right? It says the following. Patrick Beverley accused of choking, punching sister in the eye before assault arrest. TMZ Sports has obtained more details surrounding Patrick Beverley's arrest. The ex-NBA player is accused of punching his sister in the eye and choking her for 30 seconds at a Texas home. Yo, punching and choking your sister as a grown-ass man is crazy. I get sometimes as a boy doing that, you know, you shouldn't hit women anyway, but when you were both young is one thing, but punching and choking your sister when you're both adults is fucking insane. According to the probable cause affidavit, Beverly's sister told officials she left her home in the middle of the night without permission to see her boyfriend. Come on, Pat Beverley. You're not her fucking dad, man. She left her home at midnight without permission to go see her boyfriend at a nearby park. When she returned home, her mother Lisa was awake and told her to enter her room, then told her daughter to call the boyfriend and tell him to pick her up. Upon his arrival, the boyfriend was told to go inside. Oh, that's one of those families, isn't it? Okay, they got one of those families. They've got one of those families. You know what I mean? In black families, it happens a lot. Where sometimes if the dad's not around, the older sibling sort of like, the older male sibling sort of like takes the role of like being the dad. So sometimes the mum can tell that sibling to punish the kid or to hit the kid. It's really toxic and weird, but I've known families like that. I've known some families like that where there's no male in the house and the older brother kind of takes that role. So yeah. Upon his arrival, the boyfriend was told to go inside, and Lisa called Beverley to come over the residence. Beverley then seemingly scolded his sister before he grabbed her by the neck with both hands, picked her up off the ground by having her feet come off the floor. Jesus Christ. So he assaulted his sister in front of her boyfriend. His sister claims the grasp of her neck made her feel pain as if she was losing oxygen and unable to breathe, which lasted 20 to 30 seconds. The sister stated Beverley took her out of the bedroom by the neck, slammed her body against the wall of an open room area of the house. She claims Beverley then laid her on the sofa, stood on top of her, and punched her approximately one time in her left eye with a closed fist. Fucking hell, bro. Your sister. Jesus, what a psycho. The sister added Beverley made the comment he'll be the family relative to kill her. The doc state the boyfriend was then told to leave the house and Beverley followed him. When Beverley returned, the sister claims her boyfriend called the cops for assistance. Officials say there are markings on the sister's neck. Oh, okay, it wasn't the girl that called the cops, it was him. Beverley was taken to custody and booked for felony assault. Okay, cool. So you've seen that, right? So you've seen that. This is the original story. Now let's listen to what Pat Beverley has to say. This is his statement. I don't know why he put this video out, but for some reason he put out a 4-minute clip trying to explain himself. So let's hear what was said here. I'm really curious to see how he's gonna try and make himself not sound like a fucking psycho. And also, if you're his lawyer, if you're Pat Beverley's lawyer, you must be punching the wall right now. You must be screaming into your pillow if you're Pat Beverley's lawyer, because what the fuck is he doing?
I know what happened. I get a call around 3 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, I have a 5 o'clock in the morning flight to LA. I work out for some teams. I get interrupted with a call at 3 o'clock from mom. Like, I need you to come over here fast. Like, man, what's going on? What happened? Into the house, go to mom's room. Mom explains to me, sister not in the house when she's supposed to. The same situation happened to mom last year. Someone called police on mom. CPS got involved, threatened to take my sister. So this isn't just happened overnight. This has been a constant battle. Dealing with a young teenager who's in love. Yeah, we get it. Be in love. I love your love. It's so organic. It's so.
So he's trying to make it seem like his sister's always doing this sort of thing. She called CPS on the mum before. I don't know. This is kind of trashy, man. Even if this is true, you as an older brother, like, just shut the fuck up and deal with it in the courts. Don't be coming on TV, making videos, airing out your sister like this. God almighty, this is so trashy, man. Airing out your family business like this is just so weird. Like, what? Even if this is true and the sister is maybe a bit manipulative, maybe she's lying about that, like, you should, as the older brother, should be taking the higher road, taking the higher ground. You know, you should be cool. I'm gonna let people think I did whatever I did, and we're just gonna move past it. But Jesus Christ, families, innit? Fucking families.
Peer is so like strong, is so like loyal, but like, just wait till you're 16. Growing up too fast, if you know what I mean. Come in room, mom.
Is that any of your business though? Even if she's growing too fast, like, what are you gonna physically do? Again, I think this is what it is. I think they've got one of those families. Again, people in Trinidad, you know what I'm talking about. Those kind of families where there's no father figure, and the mum then uses the older brother as a kind of weird father figure thing, you know? And he kind of acquiesces to that role as well. Plus, I would imagine he's probably the main breadwinner too of the family. That's what also makes the dynamic a bit strange. He's a former basketball player. He's probably the main breadwinner. So it creates this weird dynamic where they're overly reliant on him, you know? But yeah, it's just still strange. Still strange.
You know, what's up, mom? She snuck out again. I'm like, I pull sister in next room. When I say pull, I mean arm, come here, right? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, as a 37-year-old brother and a 15-year-old sister, it's not a little sister. It's
That's a weird family too, isn't it? You're 37, you got a 15-year-old sister. That's a bit weird, isn't it? You're 37 and you got a 15-year-old sister. I don't know, man. I think in that, when it's that, just mind your business. Just let your mum deal with it. I don't know. Why are you even getting involved? I don't understand it. Why is he even involved?
It's little daughter vibe. So the young man, you know, he was cool, right? And they wanted me to file charges on him, and I made sure that didn't happen because I didn't want to mess up his life or anything like that, right?
So you fucked up your sister instead?
He walks out the door, and my sister like runs up behind him, right? And I grab her like by her hoodie. When I say grab her by her hoodie, again, not by the hoodie back here, grab her by the hoodie like this. Like, where are you going?
I love how he's acting like this is all normal. Why are you grabbing your sister by the hoodie? Why are you dragging her into rooms? Like, keep your hands to yourself. I love how he's acting like this is completely normal. Why are you grabbing her by the hoodie? Why can't you tell her to come back? Use your voice. Why are you trying to physically stop her from leaving the house? Do you have that authority? Can you physically stop your sister from leaving your mum's house? Like, what? but look at his face as well. He feels that these are people that are the scariest. People at Beverley are the scariest because look at his face. He actually thinks, he can't believe he's even having to explain himself. He can't even believe he's having to explain himself. He thinks he's totally in the right. People at Pat Beverley are scary.
I'm heated, right? I leave the house, falling up behind a young man. He's outside. I guess, you know, he called law enforcement, you know, and this has happened before. And police come. I open the door, like, yeah, you know, nothing happened, you know. Mom, nothing happened. Sister, nothing happened. You know, and I look, and they're talking to my sister. My mom, like, that didn't happen. What are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Next thing you know, I'm detained, you know, on the way to the police car, right? And they tell me, you're just being detained. This, and I'm like, okay, but like, why, right? No one's telling me. And I see a police car pull up behind, another police car pull up behind, and I'm like, what is going on right now?
The most innocent man ever, isn't it? The most innocent man ever. The most innocent. Nothing he done could have ever justified what happened to him. The most innocent man ever. The most perfect son. The most innocent man ever. Oh yeah. I don't think you end up with a mugshot after, like, for nothing, brother. You don't end up with a mugshot like that after that for nothing.
Mind you, I'm in the back. I got handcuffs on me. I ain't. And then my sister runs right to the truck. Like, no, that didn't happen. You know, like, what are you guys doing? Like, and I'm telling everybody, calm down. Let's let them do their job. Like, let them do their job. Right. Not knowing at all that I'm about to be locked up. Like, I can just imagine what people are saying. I just understand.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Diana. Exactly. Diana's good at spot on there. Mum may have been young when she had him. Exactly. Definitely was young when you had him. So mum and him form a sibling-like relationship to make it through life. Now both are trying to discipline the young sister. Exactly. Plus there's all the money side of it. Like, imagine that. That bond is going to be crazy. You have a kid when you're super young. That kid ends up being a fucking NBA player. He ends up literally taking you out of the hood. He ends up taking you out. He ends up providing for you. That just creates another love and appreciation because he's also mature. He's grown up a lot. So yeah, it creates a weird dynamic where the sister's probably the sister that's 15 is probably treated like she's way younger, right? She's probably a grown ass woman. She's probably developing into being a grown ass young lady, but she's probably babied and gets pissed off that she's kind of like, the older brother kind of treats her like a kid and like he's her dad, and the mum is also probably overbearing and very kind of like, what's that thing called, hands on and micromanaging, all this sort of shit. So it must be kind of crazy in that household in general. And then when they all come together, it's just probably always. I bet you they're always screaming in there. I bet if you ask the neighbors, there's always arguments in that crib. They're always arguing. The mum, the sister, Pat Beverley. It's always like, it's just a freeway argument.
That the narrative that people are going off is only based on the police report, and like I said, I get it. I'll be looking at that shit the same way, but like, that's not at all what happened. Everybody got family issues. I'm detained. I'm in back of the car.
So how do you get that detailed police report? That didn't happen. So how does somebody submit, or how does somebody detail the police? Because he said his sister ran behind him in the car and said, that didn't happen, police officers, please leave him alone. So how did it then end up that there was a police report written that said he did this, he did that, he did that? Surely that came from the victim, right? Surely that must have come from his sister or somebody that was near who saw everything play out. So which one is it? Did he do absolutely nothing? Or did he do everything that's described and he's trying to run cover? Because this is a weird video. It's just a strange video to release. Especially because you consider it's still an open case.
The officer, he's a Pat. I know exactly who you are. I don't know if he's trying to be good cop. That bad cop vibe. First thing in the door was how tight the cuffs were. My God. Like, I'm not familiar with the prison system. I'm not familiar with being locked up. I'm not familiar with handcuffs. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm familiar with Gatorade bottles, towels, a basketball. I'm not familiar with the law enforcement umbrella.
Maybe don't choke out your sister, isn't it? Maybe don't choke out your sister because she went to a park to go see her boyfriend. Easy.
Instantly, first thing that stood off was back of the car, uncomfortable. Me being uncomfortable, I think that's what prison is, just totally being uncomfortable.
I'm embarrassed by the situation. I'm embarrassed of the accusations. I'm embarrassed about the narrative is on social media, so I don't know if it's the right thing to do. It's probably not, but I've just been trying to stay off social media, stay off the grid until.
What a bizarre clip. So what's the recent update? I'm just so confused. Like, did the sister drop the charges? Is this why you put this up? Because I'm really confused why he would release this. What's the latest update on him on news? Pat Beverley breaks silence. Pat Beverley takes a shot at Trey Young. Okay, cool. So there's no actual update from his sister. So he shared his side of the story. I guess I've said it before in the past, right? I think as a man, if you're accused of like domestic violence, if you're accused of rape, if you're accused of being a PDF, you owe it to your family name, you owe it to your manhood, you owe it to your character, you owe it to your family, your friends, no matter what, against the advice of your lawyer, to come out publicly and defend yourself. You have to. Like, I don't agree with all this. Like, oh, wait for the court. No, fuck that. Court of public opinion really matters. So if you're falsely accused of rape, of being a PDF, of domestic violence, you really owe it to yourself to come out and say your truth. Fuck it. Turn the camera on selfie mode, go on Instagram live and sit there and explain exactly your side of the story. Then leave it up to the public to decide who they believe. But in this case, I don't know. It wasn't. The police report has a lot of detail in it. According to TMZ, that TMZ report I read to you, that had a lot of detail about him grabbing his sister by the neck and her feet dangling in the air, the this, the that, the punch in the eye. He didn't mention any of that. He just said he pulled her into one room to talk to her. Then he pulled her by the hoodie to tell her to stop, to not leave. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that, because, well, just like, it's one thing for a girlfriend or like someone that you're seeing to give you to file a fake police report. I just can't imagine the scenario where your sister, who knows what you mean to the family, would willingly file a police report against you, you know? I don't think it works like that. I don't think it works like that. I could be wrong, but I don't think it works like that. But yeah, Pat Beverley, man. Brother of the Year, innit? Pat Beverley wins Brother of the Year award. The Brother of the Year award. Fucking hell. What an absolute psycho.